Malaysia's Prime Minister is meeting coalition leaders this evening to shore up support ahead of a confidence vote in Parliament next month. Muhyiddin Yassin has also met the King, who has reportedly suggested he bring the vote forward to end political uncertainty. Melissa Goh joins us live from Kuala Lumpur for more on this. Mel, it appears to have been a sudden decision to meet with Perikatan leaders.
Well, the meeting was called rather abruptly, and that's why a couple of the party leaders from East Malaysian state of Sabah said they couldn't make it because there's only one flight out these days due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Although the agenda of the meeting was not spelled out specifically, Prime Minister Muhyiddin, according to a source close to the Prime Minister's office, said he needed to assess the support that he has, first of all, and present all the options on the table after his leadership or his legitimacy to govern is being questioned, given that a score of UMNO, his largest allies, members of parliament, have retracted support for him, causing him to technically lose his majority in parliament last week. Now, among the options he proposed is move a confidence motion that we all heard about it last week when the new parliament session begins on September 6th. Secondly is the option of possibly requesting the King to dissolve the parliament to pave the way for a general election as soon as majority of the population is vaccinated. Now, he has aimed, Mr. Muhyiddin has aimed to fully vaccinate the adult population in the country by October. Although daily cases still in 5 digits and hospitals are stretched to limits and the high death toll are being reported, that option is off to have a general election. But some local news reports are reporting now that the option is now back on the table given the circumstances have changed. Now, in any case, it's up to the King, Sultan Abdullah Ahmad Shah, who can refuse that request and appoint an interim prime minister to tie it through, although that decision is not going to be easy given the candidates available right now. It's questionable who they have that has majority, who actually has majority, until Malaysia is ready for next election. Now, the King can not force Mr. Muhyiddin to step down or fire the Prime Minister. There's no provision under the Federal Constitution for that. The King can appoint, but he cannot fire him. But if he were to lose confidence of majority of MPs in the House, the Prime Minister should resign. Steve?
Yeah, and speaking of that, Mel, we understand there are reports that say the King actually wants Mr. Muhyiddin to bring forward the vote of confidence.
So far there hasn't been any statement from the palace to verify various news reports that we're hearing. There are conflicting stories as well. Sources cannot be verified these days. Now, Malaysians are confused as well, at times, because certainly Prime Minister Muhyiddin has come under tremendous pressures to prove his majority in parliament. He has requested to move a confidence vote himself in September, but the opposition, they want it now. They don't want to wait any longer, including UMNO, his largest ally, is now split. And, some were said to have signed conflicting statutory declarations and letters to the King, pledging support, one ditching support for the Prime Minister. But political analysts, including Professor Shamsul Baharudin I spoke with, are saying that given the confusion and the volatile and fluid situation on the ground, Parliament is probably the best arena to determine, this once and for all and not drag the King always into this. Let's listen in.
The real decision for Muhyiddin to be unseated is to be in the parliament voting. Inside the parliament, the voting has to be on the floor. It cannot be anywhere else. So all these letters, SD or whatever it is no meaning because, Mahathir sent another five to Agong. So Agong looks like a post office now, okay? Everyone has sending letter to him.
Melissa Goh in Kuala Lumpur, thank you.